On today's video, I wanted to cover what I keep in my truck when I'm going for a hunting weekend. Hello everyone, Mitch from the Upland channel. On today's video, I want to cover what I keep in my hunting rig. Now, I will say this is just one way for you guys to get ready for a weekend. I hope this video is helpful for you all, but there's no right way of doing this, just find what works for you. Now, on today's video, I kind of want to go through the nice to haves as well as the must haves for your vehicle. So, the one thing that I will say is the biggest key is making sure that you and your dog are safe at all times. So, for me, the safest place to keep a dog is actually in the truck cab itself. But if you are required to put a dog in the truck bed, this is kind of one way that you can do it. Now for me, I utilize a drawer system here, as you can see. Now this was homemade. You can do these, there's a bunch of schematics out there of how to do it. I just went to Menards and I did it about a weekend. You can also purchase a deck system. I've seen those as well, very effective, but I would recommend doing some sort of drawer system. The reason being, it helps keep things organized and will allow you to kind of keep your most protected gear safe and secure, because as you can see, if I put this up, there's no way that anyone can access the drawers. I'll lock my truck and everything, so I don't have to worry about my guns or anything at night or when I'm out hunting in the field. Now, I'll start with the drawers first, and then I'll make my way up and kind of cover what I keep in my vehicle. Again, these are just nice to haves, as well as some items that I would highly recommend. The reason I like the drawers is they do come all the way out, so there's a lot of storage here. But in the left drawer, I keep my bird vest. Like I said, I've done a video on this before, so I'm not going to go through that. But I also keep my guns. So for me, I usually keep between 2 and 3 guns with me for my hunting trips, or even if it's a day trip or a weekend. The reason being that gun failures do happen sometimes if you haven't cleaned it or oiled it or maintained it very well. You're going to have a gun failure. So I like to keep at least 2 guns just in case that does happen. I can quickly switch over to my gun and then keep the hunt going for that weekend. The other item I do keep in this drawer would be a dog cone. So this is kind of a pro tip, and something I picked up from a guy while I was hunting out with him is he keeps a cone in his vehicle just because if his dog gets into a cut or porcupines and he has to get to a vet or a veterinarian, he can put that around the dog and not have to worry about the dog nibbling at it or eating at it while he's in transit to that veterinarian. So I keep that in my vehicle with me at all times, just in case I do run into those types of situations. I don't have to worry about it. The nice thing about these drawers is, like I said, they do go all the way back, but also they're just very easy to take in and out of the vehicle. So when I do have to utilize my truck as a full truck, I can quickly pull out all the drawers, pour out the shelving system, and then take it out of my vehicle in about 2 minutes, nothing too hard. In the right drawer, this is where I keep most of my other stuff, as well as truck emergency recovery equipment, and then just some nice to haves. So working from this middle part, I always keep an extra towel for the dog as they get wet and get to some cooler weather. I like to towel off my dog before I put them back into the box here. And that way you're just keeping your dog dry, making sure that they're not going to get any hypothermia or anything along those lines. So I keep an extra towel. I also keep some boot dryers just in case. I know your feet are going to get wet when you're out there. You're either going to step in a puddle or fall through some ice. Having a way to dry your boots is really important. I utilize the Pete shoe dryer just because low and slow is kind of the best way to dry your boots, especially leather boots when I'm running my Danner Sharp tails. Having a way to just dry my boot without ruining the leather that's there. The next important item that I recommend is I utilize a tie-out system for my dogs. So this is just nothing special, something I put together in my garage, but when I'm out in public or out on some public land, I'll tie out my dogs. Stake them out is another term you'll hear, just so I can keep control of them, know that they're going to be close to the truck. I can watch them, I can give them water, I can give them food. But the biggest thing I'm also looking for is kind of I want them to poop on the chain, just so I can kind of see what their poop looks like, if it's soft, if they're stressed from the weekend, and then I can treat them accordingly. Working up, I also then keep some gloves for cleaning birds and everything, as well as some extra dog bowls and food bowls here. I also then keep some trash bags. You're gonna have trash, whether it's for bird carcasses or whatever you may be doing, pop cans, and just making sure you're a good steward of the land, throwing away your trash, keeping care of it, and then bring your trash into the city. I try not to put my bird cactuses back into the field where I just hunted. It's kind of just poor etiquette from a hunting standpoint. So I usually will put them in a trash bag, and then I'll drive into the cities and throw my birds away that way. The one item that I do keep with me, and I usually keep in the drawers, but I pulled out just for this specific reason, skunk off. So this is a home blend. It's some hydrogen peroxide, baking soda, as well as some Dawn dish soap. I just keep it in a container to keep it all together. You're gonna run into skunks when you're out in the field. It's bound to happen, whether you're in Minnesota, North Dakota, South Dakota, wherever it is. It's never a pleasant smell. I've been there a few times. I had a dog previously that would just destroy skunks, and usually once or twice a season we were using this on them. So having a way to treat your dog for a skunk, treat their collars, treat themselves, etc., it's just going to make a more pleasant ride for you and for your dog. And that's why I really enjoy a truck setup where I can put the kennel in the back in case they do get sprayed. There's a little bit of a barrier between the dog and myself for that long drive home, unfortunately. So as we work our way up, so I utilize a Upland kennel here. Like I said, I will usually keep it in the cab or back here depending on how many dogs I'm running for that weekend. For me, I'm usually using intermediate kennel for a Upland. My dog's 40 pounds, so she fits very well in here. If I'm hunting with some buddies that maybe have some extra dogs, I do have another large kennel that I'll throw in the back here. That way we can just pair up dogs and have everyone hunt in one vehicle, just reduce the amount of trips that we have to make. I do recommend strapping your dog kennels down. In the shelving system, I added some D-rings that are tie down points for the kennels. I also then use the attachment from Upland to make sure that the kennels are secure in the case there is an accident or a rollover. I know that my dog's gonna be okay. I don't have to worry too much about it. The other thing, I usually keep a lot of water for my dogs. So my general rule of thumb, or what I like to do, is I usually keep a gallon of water for each day that I'm hunting. Now it's going to depend on the weather that you're going through, how hot or how cold it is. Usually if it's colder, they're not going through as much water. But I like to give my dogs a lot of water with their meals, etc. So a gallon per day is kind of my rule of thumb. I also then keep an extra tank in the back, 5-gallon tank of just emergency water in case we're out longer or if we're going through more water. Continuing to go through this, and I'm going to do a specific video just on this bag right here, but this is my gun/bird bag. So something that I can keep all my gear in. If I'm doing just a quick day trip, I just grab this, my gun, my vest, and my dog, and then I can go out for a day trip, no issues. But in this, I usually keep my hat, my dog's vest, collars, some gun cleaning equipment, and then all my shells. But the one item I will say, and I'll highlight this in another video, is I utilize ear protection. For me, I'm using Wild Ear, the Field Ears version. And the reason that I really enjoyed this brand is because, one, it can amplify the sound around me. It's not completely dampening like you would see with some general hearing protection, but it can dampen loud noises, so it does have that feature in there. There's, I think, 3 or 4 different features in there, and I'll do a specific video just on the Wild Ears. But the reason I like this is I have small ear canals, so for me, I needed a custom fit. These were a great option for me. It's not gonna break the bank like a sound gear, but something that I really stand by and highly recommend for newer hunters that maybe don't know what gear to get is I would get hearing protection very early, because unfortunately your hearing is gonna go away the more you're hunting or the more you're trap shooting. So this is something I utilize in the field every day, or if I'm out getting ready for the season. So highly recommend this product, and would hope that you guys support them. As we keep going, I'm gonna just put this off to the side. I keep probably the most important thing before I go on any trip, which is my dog med kit. I have a specific video coming out for just what I keep in here, but this is with me in my truck everywhere I go. And it's not only to treat my dogs, but the dogs I'm hunting around. So this has just about everything that I need to take care of my dogs, but really I'm not trying to cure them or fix them in the field right there. What I'm trying to do is get them triaged and bandaged up enough that if it is serious, I can go to the veterinarian, knowing that I did the best I could to get them the care that they need. But I'm going to let a veterinarian actually do the true care, such as sutures, etc. In this, I have some skin staplers, some antibiotics, thermometer, etc. So look for another video on just what I keep in my med kit to help build out your own. Last but not least here, I utilize totes for all of my gear. The reason I like totes is it makes packing for hunting weekends very easy and quick. So I keep all of my gear, extra clothing, hunting clothing, extra boots, shells, etc. I keep it in these totes. Highly recommend getting totes for yourself. Just a quick, easy way for you to store things, keep it organized, and know what you need if you're going for a long weekend. So, for example, this is where I keep my jackets, my pants, extra dog vests, etc. So, again, now there's no one right way of how to set up your vehicle. That's the whole point of what I want to do with this video. Please continue to watch this channel, see how to get ready for the hunting weekend or the hunting year as it comes up on us. It's going to come up fast, so hopefully this video is very helpful for you all as you get ready to set up your rig for the hunting weekends that come forward. Again, I really enjoy you guys watching this channel. Please let me know if there's things that you want to see or more content you want me to produce, and I will do my best. Again, this is Mitch from the Upland Path channel. Good luck on your upcoming adventures.